There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. We have week 10 of the 2024 football season, where this week my Philadelphia Eagles take on the Dak Prescott-less Dallas Cowboys. We will talk more about that in a second. I am looking forward to Tony posting his video because I'm starting to win weeks. I am now 3-6. I'm not too far away from starting to potentially win this bet. And I did pick the Panthers today over the Giants. He picked the Giants, so I might be starting out good. Live time. Let's see what it is, because I'm doing the video at 11:11. So let's see what the score is right now. Live on. All right, it's 10-0 Panthers. So right now I might be up a game. This is good. This is good. I like this. Like I said, this is Dallas week. Tony has to post a video, and I can't wait for him to do so. When he does, I will post a link in the video down below. Let's get going. Of course, I'm going to have my picks, and I'm going to have my mentality if there is something special to talk about it, or my thought process, because, like I said before, I think there is a little bit of a fix going on in the NFL, and it's getting worse and worse, especially with the referee calls or non-calls that we even saw the Baltimore against Cincinnati game. That's its own thing. So yeah, Baltimore already beat Cincinnati. Tony and I, as we're going through our bets the entire year, I have one more to go against Tony, and Tony has one he's going to invoke on me because he won actually last week. So we'll deal with that later. Tony, let me know what you got. All right, I already told you. I am picking Carolina over the Giants. He already has the Giants. It's 10-0 right now, Carolina. They're playing overseas. I don't know what country wants to be subjected to that game, but it is what it is. But I believe Carolina's going to win, so I have them. All right, let's go. New England against the Bears. I actually have the Bears on this one. Tampa Bay and San Francisco. I actually have Tampa Bay on this. It's a weird game. Denver versus KC. The NFL wants KC because of all of the fans that have been added because of Taylor Swift and Kelsey. They're going to let that keep rolling. At some point, they're going to have KC lose potentially, but I don't think it's going to be this week against Denver. So I have KC, Buffalo, Indy. I have Buffalo, Pittsburgh versus Washington. I have Pittsburgh in this one. This is the resurgence of Russell Wilson. Washington comes back down from reality. I don't want to say reality. They're actually a good football team. I'm not going to slight them. But I think this is where, I'll talk about it later, but this is where Pittsburgh has it against Baltimore. They want to build that because that's a good rivalry. So Pittsburgh wins this. Minnesota versus Jacksonville, Minnesota. Arizona versus New Orleans. No, Atlanta versus New Orleans. Atlanta. Which is weird. Divisionally, like, New Orleans can always win, but Atlanta's like starting to pull away a little bit, so that's like the team in the South, but we'll see. Tennessee versus the Chargers. This is what I talked about before. I believe the league is trying to cash in on the Dodgers winning the World Series, so they're going to have the Chargers and the Rams get hot. So I don't think Tennessee's that great of a football team, but I think they're going to try to cash in even more. Now the Chargers and the Rams win, which is why I'm going to pick them. If it's like a pick me kind of, it doesn't matter which one, I'm going to pick the LA team. Don't get me started, but I'm going to pick the LA team because I believe the NFL's trying to cash in on the Dodgers winning the World Series and trying to get more money out of cities that don't care about sports that much unless they're front runners. Let's see, Arizona and the Jets. Now, I do see the Jets potentially winning this game, but I'm going to pick Arizona. I think they're the better football team because the Jets just seem like a hot mess. I can see how they're going to want to try to salvage some level of the Aaron Rodgers, blah, 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 blah. But I am going to pick Arizona in this game. Philly versus Dallas. No, I'm going to save this to the end. You know what I'm picking, but I'm going to talk smack. Detroit versus Texans. I think this is actually going to be a really good game because these are actually two good teams in the different conferences, but I still will pick Detroit for this. I actually think, I wonder if Tony's going to pick Texas. Because he's a Texas kind of guy. This might be one of those. Miami versus the Rams. Once again, this is one of those, it could have gone either way, but what really swayed me is what I said earlier, that the league wants to try to cash in on all the LA hype. So they're going to have the Rams starting to win. So they're going to be a force in the NFC West, just like the Chargers going to be in the AFC West. So I'm going to have the Rams winning that. All right, back to Philly versus Dallas. So here we go. I never expect for Tony in his video to ever pick the Eagles over the Cowboys, no matter what. There's other times where he's picked our team this year, and I'm like, oh, really? You're really trying to win the bet? Because otherwise, Dallas fans don't like Eagles fans, and Eagles fans don't like Dallas fans, right? But if you're really trying to win the bet, you're going to try to do what's smart, and he knows what's smart, which means betting on the Eagles. That being said, we ran into quarterback controversies in Dallas before when Cooper Rush has subbed in for Dak Prescott. I do not need that to happen today. Nick Sirianni, take the points. We left like 9 points, at least 9 points on the board against Jacksonville and made it too much of an exciting game in a bad way for my heart until Nakobe Dean had the interception at the end of the game where we could have lost it. It could have felt like Atlanta all over again because realistically, we could be in a position of only having one loss to Tampa Bay as opposed to the two, Tampa Bay and Atlanta, because Atlanta came back. It wasn't good. Sirianni, take the points, run the ball. We are injured a little bit, but then all of our guys since week 1 is actually going to play. So that's A.J. Brown, that's Devontae Smith, that's Dallas Goedert. These guys are playing all together this game. There is no reason in the world we should not control the clock, control the ball, and curb stomp the Dallas Cowboys. There's no reason in the world we should not just absolutely do that. We got Saquon Barkley. I'll mention it, but I won't go into crazy detail. Got Saquon Barkley hopping over people backwards. Run the ball. Run the ball. Stop going for fourth down every two times. Get points. Field goals are good. Extra points are good. Get out. Stay out. Pressure the quarterback. Jump the routes. And win the stinking game. That's simple. That's simple. So I fully expect to win this week, and then after this week be 4-6. Because I'll be that much closer to winning our bet, which means the loser has to go to the winner's city next year after the season's over. Tony, I do want you here in Philadelphia. I do want to have you try some of our food that is not frozen steaks like you keep trying to push and have me saying. That's not the truth. I want to treat you to a great Philadelphia time as you pay for a plane flight here. I've never had a bad time down by you, so look, I'm going to enjoy spending time with you, but just let's do it here in Philadelphia. Okay? So that being said, this is the week. This is Philly Dallas week. All right, here we go. We got ribs going already. We got a lot of good energy. We're the later game, not the 1 p.m. games. We're like the 4-something game. This is. I expect the Commanders to lose. Therefore, by the end of today, my Philadelphia Eagles, our Philadelphia Eagles, should be atop of the NFC East. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do this. Let's get it. Go Birds. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm going to. But whatever. But I'm not. But you. Go Birds. Dallas sucks. That's just how. And let's do this. Let's get another win for the week. Let's look out for Tony to have to do something else that's a little crazy or a little fun. And let's be atop of the NFC East by the end of the day. Have a great day. Go Birds. Yeah!